Where's your pithy witty comment?
About what?
Where's my little intro cut for the fun stuff? You go to Toronto one day, stay at one bougie hotel. You're too classy for me.
You know what? I had a 5-star hotel breakfast this morning, and I was not impressed.
Welcome to the Northern Knits podcast. We're two friends in fibre who knit, craft, crochet, and talk everything in between. My name is Jocelyn. My co-host is
Diana.
This is episode 237. Did I get that right?
Sure.
Why the episode title? The number's fine. The intros, or was it the intros fine? Ad-libbing fine. 1 3-digit number, can't do it. I can't.
Numbers are the hardest thing in the world. Just the numbers, not the doing the math.
Nope,
math is fine. It's the numbers
themselves
are so difficult.
Just the numbers. So Diana currently calls Waterloo, Ontario home, and I currently call Winnipeg, Manitoba home. Should not be that difficult to get an intro out. You know, I'm not feeling this setup. I think we need to change. You agree?
Let's change it up.
Let's change it up,
That's
guys.
Better.
We'll be back.
Okay. Yeah.
Now we can record.
Let's do it.
What are we? Episode 237?
Yeah, I think so.
You didn't bring your show notes?
I didn't bring my show notes.
Yeah, that's gonna be a thing.
Yeah. I'm so ill prepared for recording in person.
Guys, this is the life event. Why we had to do our live on Saturdays, because Diana flew home to visit people.
Yeah, I'm really here in person.
Really here in person. Touch, poke,
touch.
Poke.
We're really here. It's not a special effect.
We do not pay that much for any software.
Neither of us has those skills.
I could have the skills, but we don't have green screens and stuff. So
yeah, that would be challenging.
That would be an interesting feat for us to pull off. So while she is visiting the Manitobas, we are recording in person. So that means this episode and next episode, you guys will get us together till she goes back home to Waterloo, to her house and her yarn and all of her stuff.
Yep.
Which I am assuming at the end of 2 weeks we'll be very excited to go home.
Yes.
It's great to visit. I love to visit people. But it's really nice that first day when you get home.
It's like my space.
My space, my stuff.
Yeah, there's been
my kitchen.
There's been so many instances where I'm just like, oh, next time I come visit, I'll bring that. Thinking that I'm like going to go home and come back the next day or like in a couple of days. Like so many things at my parents' where I'm like, oh, I can just go home and get that. No, I can't. Far away. I can't go home and get the thing.
It's a proper visit because your home is now in another province.
It is. It's so weird that home is a trip now.
Home is a serious trip. Are you guys flying home in the morning on Sunday?
Yeah.
Excellent.
That's
the best way to do it.
And it's not even the horrible early flight that we took to get here.
I think you guys were getting up at 4 a.m. Ontario time. We were at the airport.
We were at the airport at 4 a.m. because the flight was at 6, so we have to be at the airport at 4, which means we have to leave at 3:30 because the airport's far.
Which is 2 a.m. Manitoba time when you were getting ready to go to the airport.
Well, I had on my alarm set for 2 a.m. Ontario time because like I have massive travel anxiety. Because one time I missed
One time
I missed a transatlantic flight. Like missed it. So expensive. So I have massive anxiety around traveling and being in places on time, especially when airports are involved. So I set myself a good 90 minutes to get ready and freak out and have my like anxiety routine. And like everything was fine. Obviously we got to the airport, but it meant that I had to get up at 2 a.m., which is the time that I usually go to bed. So like I laid quietly in bed for a while. Like I tried to sleep. But basically I just didn't sleep. Like I got up on Saturday and then I didn't sleep again until the afternoon on Sunday. Because good luck sleeping in economy on a plane.
I'm nearly 6 feet tall. There's no sleeping on airplanes comfortably, period.
Yeah.
You've seen me. You've flown.
I was unconscious for a surprising amount of it, honestly. But yeah, it's still good luck sleeping in economy.
So I like morning flights because I prep everything the night before, go to bed, roll out of bed, wander out, and I'm at the airport.
I got to do my freak out routine.
No freak out routine.
Oh.
Now, once I'm traveling, I panic because I'm not in control anymore.
Oh, once I'm like at the airport, I'm good. Like once I've checked in, calm. Well, through security and chilling at the gate, just zen. The most zen.
No, that's what I started getting. That's
So
my
zen.
bus stop.
Anyway, I'm here. We're knitting.
We are knitting. I'm trying to eat the muffin.
We're drinking coffee and tea and eating muffins. I'm so caffeinated. That's
why we have an uncaffeinated tea to drink, because we went for Tom Borgin coffee. Because, I mean, if you're in visiting, we gotta go to one of your favorite coffee shops.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Continues to be a favorite. I guess since we don't have like show notes, I guess we'll just like.
Well, you are Yarn on the Go. I'm not sure we need to do a segment about that.
Yeah.
Since all of your yarn is on the go at the moment.
Yeah. I am nothing but go. I am permanent go.
For the moment, yeah. So that's good. We can talk about what's in our cup, because I pulled out the fancy teapot.
You did. Okay. Do you want to talk about the tea as I negotiate this increase?
Are you negotiating an increase?
I'm negotiating.
So we went shopping earlier this week, and what was in that old tea space? It was a tea, David's Tea?
I think it was a David's Tea.
Oh, they closed down over the course of the pandemic. Or amalgamated, but a new tea shop opened up in the old tea shop space in St. Vital Mall. Works for me. We were near the Lush, which is like just a door or two down, because I needed bath bombs because I have a claw foot tub. Therefore, I need bath bombs. Obviously. So we were like, tea place, happily hopped into tea kettle.
Yep.
And I spent enough money on tea, I got a free cup. So
you spent a lot of money on tea.
I spent a lot of money on tea. But I did pick up this crisp autumn morning. And I bought a medium-sized bag. I drank a lot of tea. The small bag wouldn't have made any sense. The large bag would be too large, because that's a lot of one type of tea to commit to. But the medium-sized one, yeah. So we've got that. The monster is doing monster things.
Yeah, she is. Oh, monster.
The lady was really lovely. Was it Ashley?
I'm so bad with names. It could have been.
I want to say Ashley. It could be word. Hello. Do you need to spell crisp autumn morning too?
Yes, she does.
Okay. You don't eat tea leaves.
She might now.
You also don't eat muffins.
No, you never know. If you don't keep an eye on your muffin, it might go away.
No, we're not talking salmon here. This is not a tuna salad sandwich. This is not. It's not steak. Talking muffin.
Yeah.
So super excited. I got 3 different varieties, medium size. I got 2 blacks. One that smells like vanilla coffee, and one that's like a French vanilla Earl Grey.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, super happy. And then the crisp autumn morning is my herbal one, because go figure, I have a lot of herbal options. Not deficient in the herbal option department. So I'm very excited. They have a loyalty card, which I of course have.
Yeah.
Because I have yet to meet a loyalty card I don't like. Okay, cool.
Ooh, cat.
Totally fine. That's going on.
Still not used to cats.
So I had to pick it up. Because Diana was visiting, we got super fancy. In addition to the coffee, I'm finishing my mocha right now.
Me too.
I had to prep for recording. I couldn't sit down and eat my morning breakfast muffin from Stella's Bakery and set up everything at the same time. People may or may not know, but my regular everyday plates are china. They are an everyday bone china that my great-grandmother used, that I now use as my everyday bone china. This is the second set of china that I have. This was Petit Point. It's not fancy, it's just Petit Point china. But both of my great-grandmothers got sets for their wedding. So when my mom and dad got married, the sets combined. So now we have a very large set of Petit Point china. So I pulled out some saucers. Technically, these are not the tea mugs. These are the coffee mugs.
Whatever.
But the tea mugs are even smaller, and really,
I'm gonna pour myself some tea.
And then Diana can show you the really hefty teapot. It's hefty. I filled it. I wasn't joking.
It's also very hot. So I'm just gonna
put that down or pour your tea.
I'm gonna pour my tea so it gets a little lighter.
Yep.
This is a lovely pink color.
All right, it is. Well, that's what's in our cup, because we got like multiple cups on the go. You are yarn on the go.
Yeah. We have cool threads.
Well, that's because it finally got cool today. So I wore my mallow while we went out to go buy coffee and carbohydrates, because that's something that had to happen when Diana finally made it here.
Yeah. I have worn nothing but socks so far, hand knit.
Just my mallow. Yesterday, what did I wear? I had my campfire cardi, the crocheted one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the cotton crocheted one. I wore that one out last night to play Path to Glory. So, well, the guys play. I'm watching because I'm learning how to play the thing. I have like a metric fudge ton to talk about. And what we're knitting.
That's good because I've been doing a lot of visiting and not a whole lot of knitting. I have different stuff to talk about, but
we're going to start with the classic. Here's a cut because guess what? One of the projects is sitting on the coffee table.
Seriously?
No, I think that's exactly where I left that sweater. I'm going first because
you got stuff. I've got like 3.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, yay. Well, do at least 2 then.
Let's start with the check-ins. I did the check-in with Louise for this past month. And true to record, we have a 50% achievement record. 50% of the time, we will either have made our goal or not made our goal. So it is straight down the middle Russian roulette if we make it or not.
Okay.
But whether we've made it or not, good stories. I think it was like an hour and a half for us to get through it last time. This past run, I think we were almost an hour and a half again. We were just chatting and having fun and doing things. So Louise did great. Jocelyn, not so much. So I will talk about things I did make progress on. And one of them is my Saturday morning sweater. Now, the last time you guys saw this, last time anybody saw this, unless you watched Thursday, we hadn't even split for sleeves. Because I hadn't split for sleeves yet.
This is so exciting. I get to see all these in person.
I know.
I'm so excited.
I know. You might be late to getting to your Diana party because we're going to have to show you all the things before you go.
It's fine.
Okay, so there is a huge hunk of body sweater going on here, guys, because I'm down to the ribbing. So, I don't even know if I'm, yeah, here we go, I'm right side up. So I was up in here. So I knit 2/3 of the sweater. So like I knit my body.
That's most of a sweater.
It's most of a sweater.
That is most of a sweater.
I split from my sleeves. I kept going, and it's a long sweater because it's meant to be a tunic length sweater. So I just started my ribbing on the bottom. Now the funny thing about this one is this is the sweater where the needles broke. Right. The same just before the weekend, just after the weekend. Saturday night at the Manitoba Fibre Festival, which was like the second weekend in the month.
Right.
And I spent the rest of the month waiting for spare needles.
Oh.
So I lost from the 17th to the 30th. No work on this could be done because I didn't have needles. Oh. And where was I? Oh, I was up around here. So this all happened between the 30th and the 7th.
That's impressive. Wow.
I forgot how fast worsted sweaters knit up. Like if you just focus on it, it's done. I know they're good large project. They're not extra large, but they're good large projects. But if you sit down and you focus, you're done in a month. It does not take that long. I know it doesn't. I get distracted. So this will be the last time you guys see it until the next check-in, because this month's we're all sweaters.
All sweaters all the time.
All sweaters all the time. Louise is going to try to finish her sweater from last October. I'm going to try to get this sweater finished because I literally have ribbing and sleeves to do. And sleeves, while less work than a whole body of a sweater, that's still a lot of knitting. Especially because this is going to be that comfy Saturday morning. More coffee. Morning post yoga tight pants fall house slippers wearing kind of sweater. Like I don't gotta go anywhere for the day other than like maybe take a garbage out or something.
Well,
chill in the house. So I want the extra long sleeves with the thumb holes.
Yes.
So that's a lot of sleeve.
Yeah.
A lot of sleeve, guys. So we're gonna be doing that. So I still have miles of knitting to do, just not quite the whole freaking sweater. So I'm gonna put that on the floor because Phaedra has been sleeping on this. So of course she has. Make sure I don't pull out the cord that detaches the microphone. We're hoping audio is okay. I mean, I'll know in a couple hours, but hopefully audio is okay.
I don't know what we're gonna do if it's not okay. I'm going to Lake.
You're going to Lake.
Yeah.
We'll do a live on Wednesday.
I mean, maybe.
If the audio is really bad, no one will know because we'll just be live on Wednesday. If you're seeing this, the audio is fine. All right. So, because sweaters.
Okay, because sweaters.
And it's a whole month challenge.
Uh-huh.
And just 2 sleeves is a reasonable challenge. So that's not enough of a challenge for me.
Oh, okay. It's not challenging enough.
Well, we saw the 1 month where I did a reasonable challenge. I failed utterly. I didn't even pick the project up at all. I need to have that feeling of crunch right off the offset.
Okay.
Or I won't work on it at all. You know me in deadlines.
Yeah, okay.
Know me in deadlines.
You're very motivated by deadlines.
I love a deadline. Do I meet them? Got 50% of the time. Hard 50%. And I don't stress if I don't make it, but I like having that you gotta go feeling. So I picked out the 8-bit. 8-bit. Listen, we need to get this done. I want this bag for things. This is my Canada Reads bag. I want to have this on my person because in theory fall at some point stays. I think it's cold enough for me to wear it.
So good to see it in person.
And I'm past that last chart.
Nice.
So I'm not, like, it's a little, it's awkward. It's a lot of sweater on the needles, guys. So I'm past my last chart, which means I am at decreases. I have decreases and the ribbing on the collar at the neck to do.
Oh, dang.
So like I'm stupid close to finishing this.
Jed, you're tickling my foot.
She does that. She also occasionally will lick your feet.
Weird.
And cats' tongues are scratchy, therefore they're ticklish. They make you giggle and like, I'm not super ticklish on my feet, but she makes me go, ugh, cat, and giggle. So there's the whole thing, all the extra inches and everything for my height.
So good.
Now I still have extra work because it's not like I can just finish it and you're gonna rely on this one too, cat. Finish this, do a bind, like do my bind off, and be done because I'm steeking this. Remember?
Yeah.
So I have to finish this, wash it, block it. So I see how much it blocks into. Then I can decide. I mean, I'm still steeking it, but before I steek it, I want to block it because it'll be much easier to make it all level if it's just a complete pullover rather than a cardigan.
Just stop playing with the cord.
That's not how that works.
Audio interference brought to you by Cat.
So once I've got it steeked, I'm going to do the zigzag stitch on the sewing machine. You don't have to. This is Briggs' Little Sport. This is an all wool. It'll stick. I could just cut.
Yeah.
And I am aware I could just cut. And here's why I'm going to do the zigzag stitch. Because I don't know if I'm going to do a non-button button band.
Okay.
Or if I'm going to install a zipper.
Mm.
And if I'm going to install a zipper,
then you need the sewing.
I want the sewing to just help give it a little bit more structure to stick to when I install the zipper.
Phaedra, stop.
So who knows? I won't know until I put it on because I will not know until I put it on and I decide if it's big enough around for a zipper or if it'll look better open with a button, non-button button band.
Yeah.
Don't know that part yet. What I do know is if I'm done the Saturday morning by the 15th, because I know me and Louise don't chat again until the 4th, I have until the 4th to finish this, which is more than enough time to do my decreases, my collar, steek it, and then do a non-button button band, or give it some edging detail and sew a zipper. Like there is enough time to do it so long as I'm done the Saturday morning by the 15th.
Right.
So the trick is getting done the Saturday morning by the 15th. Where's the cat?
Under my foot. I have been gifted a pair of socks to fix.
Air quotes?
Gifted, yeah. So I'm sure these have made an appearance on the podcast last time I repaired them a couple years ago.
Your mom's really hard on her socks.
She really is. Well, she wanted these socks out of, it was like a bamboo nylon blend, and she just eats the socks. So like there's already this one patch here on the ball of the foot, but she's put another massive hole in the toe. There's another smaller hole on the other side. There's another sock that's just as bad. She's very hard on her socks, and I will forever fix her socks.
You need to knit your mom's socks the way I knit socks, so they're like Kevlar, so they don't bust.
It's just this yarn. She really wanted this yarn, and I'm like, it's not gonna be like the best. And she's like, but it's so comfy, and they're apparently so comfy. So I keep fixing the gosh darn socks. My fault for agreeing to knit the socks in the first place. Anyway, I don't know why I'm having so much trouble with like this particular patch because like obviously I've done it before.
Yeah.
but I don't remember what I did before. So I've been like, this is like my third attempt to make a patch for this thing. And I'm still gonna have to pull it out and start again, probably. I found a tutorial that is probably not the tutorial that I followed last time, but I like it, so I'm going to follow it this time for how to knit a patch that's just like attached as you go.
You need to save these into a playlist so you can find them quickly. Like repair videos I like or something, or like tutorial videos.
Yeah, I do.
Diana's tutorial videos, so that way if it's on the podcast, I can do Jocelyn's tutorial videos, and then we can have our own separate playlist for the ones we go to.
There's a thought. Okay, that's a thing I can do. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so this tutorial, I don't remember who it's by. I'll put it in the playlist, and I'll link the playlist in the show notes.
Yep, that's a thing you can do.
But the gist is, you go a couple rows below the hole, and you pick up the right leg of all the stitches across, going a couple of columns, like 2 or 3 columns on either side of the hole.
Yeah, so it's wider than the hole you're patching.
Yeah, so you pick up all the stitches onto like a DPN, and then you just start knitting into them, basically.
Okay, yeah.
And then you're not attached to a ball, you just have a length of yarn.
Okay.
So when you get to the edge, you just take your little needle and you run it under a couple of the bars at the edge of where your patch is going to be to like tack down the side as you go, and then you're just knitting across, and then at each end you just tack it down with the end of the yarn. And then if you run out of yarn, you just like pick up a new end of yarn and just have more yarn.
That's easy enough. And
then when you get to the top, you you go a couple rows above the hole.
Okay.
Pick up all those right legs on another needle, and you Kitchener them together.
Oh yeah, that would just disappear.
So, yeah, it's like seamless.
Nice.
So I'm gonna do that. I don't know how well that's gonna work out because this is like right on the edge of the toe, so I don't know how well this is gonna work with the decreases. This might end up being a very awkward patch, but we're going with it. I also only have, here's my little ball of yarn for this. Get off. I have this much yarn left.
You're not making any more repairs after this.
Yeah, this is my last round of repairs. I think I can get all the patches.
That's gonna be tight.
I can do at least 2 patches.
Okay.
I can do at least 2.
Yeah. Then your mom's just going to have to let the socks go.
No, I'm gonna find other yarn to fix them with. I'm gonna keep fixing them until there's nothing left to fix, and then I'm never making her bamboo socks again. Don't make socks out of bamboo. It doesn't hold well.
To help complete Diana's visit home to Manitoba. No, it's got nothing to do with that. Guys, I dropped stitches in a bind off. What did I do? I was out. I was not going to spend the next 4.5 hours with no knitting. I wasn't going to do it.
Oh.
I wasn't going to do it. So I picked out the stitches as best I could on some Clover stitch clippies. Rolled that sock up so all of the dropped stuff was on the inside. Wrapped some yarn around it a bunch of times so I'd have more than enough to finish the bind off. And immediately proceeded to cast on sock number 2.
Fair.
Maybe a dozen stitches or so left.
Oh my god.
Like,
that's so close to the end.
It's like 3/4 finished the bind off, and I drop a stitch in the bind off in a dark section color.
Oh no.
So like I don't have a hope.
Okay.
If it was a light color section, like I could probably puzzle it out with a magnifying glass and a little bit of patience. But in the dark gray black sections of this red-breasted nuthatch,
yeah,
I don't have a hope this side of last Tuesday. So instead, while Path to Glory was going on and I was learning rules, I just cast it on the toe for my second sock. Second sock. It's tiny. It's just a toe.
Second sock.
But a second sock has started, and it means I get to do this. Welcome to Manitoba.
Oh boy, I get to pick up your stitches.
Well, it wouldn't be a visit if you didn't rescue me.
It's not a proper visit unless I put something on my head.
It is also not a proper visit unless you put something on your head.
Do you have needles to pick them up with?
That is something we need to track down because technically it's these needles, but I
right.
think I have another set of soft needles I can give you before you leave today.
Okay. I can pick up some stitches before I go today.
Yeah. So I'm like, so I clippied everything and then I rolled it so the cuff was on the inside, and then I wrapped a whole bunch of yarn around it, trimmed it, and that. So like, at least it's contained.
Okay.
which is good because I decided I put these socks. I put the first red-breasted nuthatch sock on. This is Erin's sock club yarn for the year, so it's Fireweed Fiber Co.'s bird-themed sock club this year. So that was fine, and I put it on, and it's like the perfect shorty length with like just an inch of ribbing, and I love it when I don't have to do a lot of ribbing.
Nice.
So I did the inch of ribbing, and I put it on, and I was like, that's beautiful. It sits high enough that you'll be able to see it outside of a sneaker, but not so high that you got to fold it down any.
Mm-hmm.
And that means it'll stay up when you're walking around the house.
Mm-hmm.
Just your socks on. You don't got to worry about your sock trying to escape your foot. A lot of shorty socks are too short.
Yeah.
They're too short. They need to be taller.
If they're going to be that short, they need better elastics, and they just never do.
They never do. So I make mine tall enough so that they stay on my foot.
Makes sense.
So I have asserted the second. Why? Because I know if I walked away from this to do like Jocelyn socks like I want, or Diana socks, or the Northern socks from Nikki Knits, because she made all those wonderful patterns this year, I will never come back to the second sock. And I need to get the second sock done. Otherwise, I don't have a pair of socks. So we continue on with the red-breasted nuthatch. The ball continues to shrink because I'm on to sock number 2. Having said that, I got 10 inches of foot to knit, guys. It's not like it'll be done next week. Why won't it be done next week? Because I'm doing the Stephen West MCAL. That's why. All right. I have just the MCAL left to talk about, and spinning and the cross stitch thingy. So you are up again.
I'm up again. Okay, we're going to talk cat toys, which is the thing that I'm working on right now because they are so quick to knit and they're pretty straightforward.
Oh, I have stuffing if you need it.
I brought some of the really good smelling yarn to stuff it with.
That'll work even better.
Yeah, so I made one of these for my brother's cat because my brother is also staying with my parents and he brought his cat, of course. And you know, Kitty needed more toys.
Cats always need more toys.
Cats always need more toys. So I knit him one of these little toys out of this yarn that I got in the yarn exchange. I'm sure I've talked about this before, but disregard the sock, but I got this yarn in the yarn exchange a few years ago, and it had some stuff on it when I got it in the mail, and so I cleaned it up and washed it, but then like a whole bunch of it just disintegrated, so I rounded all into these little balls, but then it's all in these like little 5 to 10 gram balls, and like what do you do with that? I'm knitting cat toys out of it is what I'm doing with that.
Yeah, that works. You're now the aunt to 2 cats. I
am indeed. So I whipped out one of these little toys on like Wednesday. And then I stuffed it with the really good smelling yarn, the white. The super white fluffy stuff? The white fluffy stuff that I made your headband out of that Phaedra tries to run away with.
Yes, I know.
Mm-hmm.
It's up high in the closet.
Yeah.
Where it needs to be.
So, okay. So I'm just trying really hard to finish this round before I show it off. Just bear with me. There's only like 18 stitches to a round. And I'm going back down to 12. Hang on. Knit 1. Knit 2. This is a free pattern. It is, I believe it's called Mouse Airsats. It's on Ravelry. There's a super beginner friendly version, which I haven't looked at, but it goes over like all of the things like how to cast on and how to increase and how to decrease. It is like a how to knit kind of a pattern.
Oh, nice.
As I understand it. I'm looking at the advanced pattern, which is just literally stitch counts and do this and you're done.
Oh, okay.
Because, you know, I've been knitting for 10 years. I know how to
necessarily need to learn how to cast on anymore.
Yeah, I think I'm good. Okay. So this is, I've just finished round 15 of 18 on this little mouse toy. So you cast on 3 stitches at the nose. You do 3 rounds of I-cord. I think I accidentally did 4, whatever. You do a little bit of I-cord to make a little nose, and then you do some increases, you knit a body, and then you do some decreases, and then you do as much I-cord as doesn't annoy you to do the tail.
Okay.
Gilbert seems to like longer tails. I made an extra long tail on his little mouse that I made the other day, and he chomped it right off. Like within 4 hours, the tail is gone. We can't find it. We think he actually ate it.
Oh, well, you'll find it eventually.
We will find it eventually. Anyway, the rest of the mouse is staying together perfectly well, so he's still playing with it. It is very definitely his favorite toy.
You're talking to me, there are stuffed mouses, springs, paper bags, all sorts of things all over the place.
Yeah, well, you take the little mouse and you throw it in the box and like, oh my God, it's the best thing ever.
Yeah, yeah. There's her current bird on the string.
Yep.
Well, cats.
Let's see.
Toys.
So I took.
That's because their exercise, there is play, and kittens never grow out of play, and play is pretend hunting. But that is their primary form of exercise.
Oh, he does the hunting. It's so cute.
Yeah.
He's not good.
No.
Anyway,
and that's the best part.
You may remember that a couple months ago I made one of these little toy mice
out of the super bulkies. That was like twice the size of the cat.
Yeah, he's still unsure about that one. It's still too big for him. But
it's a bit big.
But the one that I made out of my blue hand spun made the trip.
Good.
It's really hairy.
Sure.
It's really hairy.
Yeah.
So here's the mouse toy casualties. As I hold it up to the screen. There's the top tiny one that I'm doing another one of right now. It's missing a tail.
Yeah.
And then there's the bottom one, which is so hairy. And like if you stepped on it in the middle of the night and saw it, and you'd be like, what is this? And you'd probably freak out because, yeah, it's like, what is this monstrosity fluff ball? So
unless you own a cat.
Yeah.
And in which case you're like, cat toy.
Yeah. So Gilbert loves the toys. So I'm making one for Phaedra right now. I'll be done in maybe 10 or so minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll still be talking.
I'll just chuck it behind me and we'll scratch.
At some point, yes. Whenever she's done pretending she's too pretentious for us.
Yeah.
Because cat brain. This has been in last weekend. Last weekend she was extra cat. I don't know what to do with her.
So extra.
Hey, you've seen that clawfoot tub? She rolls around and plays in it.
Good play space.
It is. She likes the rubber stepper for the bathtub.
Best toy.
Right now, it's her favorite toy. I don't leave it in the tub, guys. I leave it hanging up so it drains and stays dry because it's a rubber stopper. Mm-hmm. She pulls it down into the tub to play with.
Okay.
My monster is very monstery. All right, so the other thing for the check-in, this past check-in was some spinning. So I was not as successful with my spinning this month as I was last month. That's okay. Again, half the time I whip through all of my projects and it's fine, half the time I fail. But I have started in on the Wild Winds Natural and I picked the harder option. I went back to trying to do art yarn.
Okay.
Instead of an even pull draft, I'm going for nubs and clumps and thin to thick, right?
Okay.
So my art yarn is getting better, but it is much slower than just trying to get a consistent draft.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it takes a lot longer to do. And that's fine because I really enjoy the look of art yarn. So I have done exactly one of the 4 bumps I prepped.
That's looking really good though. I like that.
It's coming along really nice, and I'm gonna hold it with like a strand of nylon or something to apply it.
Wait, so I can do this. I can touch the things.
You can touch the things.
I can touch the things. Yeah, oh my gosh, you guys, I can touch the things. Okay, I'm happy.
So this is a silk merino. So I'm gonna hold it with a nylon, with like a white nylon when I apply it. So it'll be 2-ply with nylon, which will give it a little bit more durability for whatever it is I turn it into, because art yarn. But the rest of it is stored in the super sexy Ziploc bag.
Nothing wrong with that.
But you should feel that fluff, because it's a silk merino fluff.
Oh, yeah. This is mine.
No, I need to finish spinning that, so I need to go back and I need to get it off your hand.
No, this is mine now.
Put it back in the bag.
Oh, no fun.
You're not spinning it for me.
No, I'm not. I just want to pet it.
Just fair. It's silk merino. It is worth it to buy nice fiber, people. Feels really nice on your hands when you're spinning too.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
You got some options. The ham skin is nice. So this weekend is the start of the Fiber Friends monthly challenge. They do a 10-day challenge. And like 1 month it was dyeing yarn. The next month it was knitting with the yarn you dyed. And then there was like the snowflake challenge. So they cute little like try something new or do a small toy or try out crochet, like sort of explore your crafting. This month is to do a craft you've either never done before or don't do very often. So I pulled out from the dredges my cross stitch kit from last year.
Ooh, yeah.
With the Grim Reaper saying, killing it.
Yeah.
I'm going to try this.
Do it.
No, it started on Friday. Today is Saturday. If I'm honest, I probably won't start this till Sunday.
It's fine.
But Sunday because we're not recording on Sunday, you're gone. I have Sunday to just sit down and putter away with this. So like I knew I wasn't getting it started right away, but I did want to go, yes, this is going to be my thing. And I'm going to try to find time if I find a pattern I want to attempt for English paper piecing.
English paper piecing. Okay, what is this?
Hand sewing.
Oh,
They're
okay.
entirely hand sewn projects, and your templates are paper pieces.
Oh, okay.
Hence English paper piecing. Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense.
But I need to practice my hand sewing, so I feel like that's a really good way of doing it. I don't have to pick a complex pattern, or I don't have to pick like a bed, the cover quilt, or anything crazy to start with. I can start with something small.
Yeah.
And then if I like it and I enjoy it, then knowing me, yeah, we're gonna buy all the fat quarters. It's all gonna mash. I'm gonna make a huge quilt, and I'm gonna do it all by hand. Like we know me. We know I'll dive in that hard. It's always a small sample, and then I'm off to the races. I knit one granny square, then I did a square every day for a year. We all know how I pick up hobbies.
Yeah. What am I doing right now? I'm knitting together to the end. I'm so close to the end of this nose.
So the other theoretical that I've been doing is on Friday. Stephen West MCAL started. I did not have time on Friday to start the MCAL. I was pretty sure I wasn't going to have time on Friday, and I did not have time on Friday. I was like, if I get lucky, maybe I'll watch the first video, right? Didn't make it. I had Critical Role live threads, the New York Comic Con to watch, and then I kind of fell into that. I watched a couple of other panels that they had on, because if you're watching live, you can just watch the panels. They were all obviously distanced panels, so it was just the people they were interviewing.
Let's pick this up a little. How about that?
Did I decide to run away?
It did. Oh, pardon the noise. What is this doing? Technical difficulties. 1 second. Oh God! Here, hold this.
You did not time
content
that
for editing.
I know. You got me. You got my back. So, even though I'm not cast on Stephen West yet, that's okay. I'm gonna stack my cakes of yarn.
Oh, pretty! The pretties I want.
And you could make the exact same shawl.
Pretties.
Because this is all Erin yarn.
I like the pretties.
So with this one, because he specified solids with one speckle. I had from left to right in my left hand. We start with Berry Kiss, which is a kind of reddy purple. Yeah, it looks like berries, guys. It is what the name suggests.
Kind of like fuchsia thing going on.
Octopus Ink is the second one, and that's my variegated. And then I have, I think it's Big Blue Bus in the middle there. Steel Blue here, and then Dark Chocolate on the outside. Did I do a sample? Heavens no. I'm going to watch the video for his first clue. I'm going to think about it for a few seconds, and then I'm going to go. I'm going to listen to his instructions, decide, and just have faith in the process.
Oh, want.
These are Diana and me colors. These are hardcore Diana and me colors. They're
really
beautiful,
are.
They're moody, they're fall, they're purples, they're blues, they're grays and browns.
They really are. I've seen people in the Patreon Discord, and they've cast it on. The first clue looks so fun. And I was absolutely not going to do it. I was not going to do it. I do not have to.
We'll just call Erin when we're done. And we'll talk to her about what she's got on MCN, and you can get it next week. And like, I don't care if you don't finish on time. Stephen West doesn't care if you finish on time. He just wants you to enjoy knitting the shawl.
So everybody's so enabling. So apparently I'm knitting this now too. Not these exact colors. Colors TBD, based on what Erin's got.
We'll talk to Erin after this. I'll just give her a call.
Colors TBD, but apparently I'm doing this too.
Yeah.
This is what we've decided.
We'll stop by Wolseley. We'll get you a needle. Maybe get you a second sock needle. Finally.
I definitely
needs to happen.
Yeah.
So maybe we should do Wolseley next week anyway, because you actually just need a second sock needle anyway.
Also true, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I've added that to our list.
Okay.
We're doing a girly shopping day next week.
Yeah.
And I feel like if we start here, accidentally do Wolseley wool first, then we have brownies from Tallgrass Prairie, Wolseley wool. Then we're totally juiced up to go to Lombard in the exchange.
Leonard
in the exchange to go get that coat we want.
Yeah.
After that, who knows where the winds of shopping will take us?
Who knows? Okay, shopping day planned.
We end up at the pet food store buying cat treats. I mean, yeah.
I mean, I haven't bought Phaedra any irritating treats that she loves and then leaves fish heads all around for you to find and step on.
I do not miss the sardines. I do not miss the sardines. She ate everything but the head. So you just walk around and just find fish head staring at you. Like, oh my God. And I can't see it, right? So it's just a little blur. And I bend over to see what the blur is. And
Fish head.
Fish head staring at me.
Not sorry.
All right. I'm out of knitting. I'm out of crafting. You know what that means.
I did like one row on the Diana socks, but I feel like everybody's been seeing those for weeks and like nobody cares about one row.
I feel like you need to get them done so you can have them on your feet.
I wanted to, and then I had to knit cat toys and repair my mom's socks. So
I mean, I'm not helping. I'm adding to your problem by giving you a sock cast off.
Yeah, now I've got to fix your sock cast off. So like I'm the repair machine.
Apparently.
But I'm nearly done this thing. I'm nearly done the mouse.
I mean to drop stitches in my bind off.
Well,
You
wanted to give me a complete Manitoba visit.
I wanted you to have all the nostalgia.
Yeah.
For visiting Jocelyn. And no visit to Jocelyn is complete as a knitter until you fix something for me.
Yeah. Full experience.
Full experience. Oh, jeez. On the bright side, you know what I get to say now? It's time for the unscripted scripted Patreon. No. We're at Wool Gathering. We're at the point where we talk about all the other things.
Okay.
We're out of crafting stuff.
If for some reason you want to financially support this garbage fire of an ad spot, you may do so at patreon.com/Northern Knits Podcast. Any tier of support will get you access to our Patreon's only Discord channel where we are active at all hours of the day, enabling me into things that I do not need to be casting on right now, but will be doing so shortly. What else? There's early access to bonus content. There's bi-weekly Experimental Tuesday blog posts. Experimental Tuesday being experimental cooking. What else? Every month we've got the knitting, which is just a virtual knit club. We get to hang out on video chat and see what everybody else is working on. Am I forgetting anything?
Nope, that's the bulk of it.
Hey! That was less of a hot garbage fire than I thought it was going to be.
It didn't give me a lot to transition with, but that's okay.
Is that enough tail for a toy? Should have more tail.
She's not going to care.
That's true.
I'm going to tell you right now, she's not going to care.
Fair. Okay, that's going to be it then. We're doing it. Bonk!
What are you doing? You were doing so well. You got all the way through the end.
I had to pick my yarn up off the floor, but I misjudged how far away the desk was. And I kind of just stuck it in my teacup.
Are you sure you should be driving today? Like,
I'm unconvinced, but apparently I'm allowed to.
As always, we super understand budgets are a real life thing and a concern for some people. If you cannot afford to support us financially, we love to hear your comments down here in the YouTube channel, as well as joining and liking and subscribing. The usual thumbs up, smash the like button.
Smash that like.
Y'all know the drill. We also have Instagram. You can find us there where we post pictures, reels, and stories, and in our Facebook group. Are we as active on Facebook as we should be? Probably not. Neither.
Definitely not.
Both of us are very aware of how bad social media can be for us personally. So I know we both try to heavily regulate how often we're on it, because both of us tend to not do super well if we're on it too terribly much. So we are there. Asa's there, as always, the ever amazing moderator that she is. She has a mug. Yep. It's in print, guys. So it's
official. She's got a mug. She is the marvelous moderator.
She's got a mug. So that is all going on. For all of the things that we do and stuff, the best way to get rid of us is get rid of us.
Get rid of us. There's no way to get rid of us. You're stuck with us.
Stuck with forever.
Forever.
Going to, like, the best way to get a hold of us is usually through the Instagram messages, because that is the place we check them most often.
Yep.
I think it's also because we've all like pictures of knitting. So like it's so satisfying to get on and look at pictures of knitting.
Yeah. Like,
guys, I'm gonna be honest, like I'll like photos of pets and people and cats and environments and spaces, but I just want to see your socks. I just want to see your hand knit socks and your shawls and your teacups. That's what I want to see.
Like, for all that social media, spending too much time on social media is bad, like we're in a very wholesome part of social media.
I am super happy in my little corner. I do not need to leave my little corner. I am happy in my little corner. I'm good. So all that going on right now, we have only one knittle ongoing, thank the heavens.
Oh my god, do we actually only have one going right?
Just the one.
Oh my gosh,
just the one. And neither one of us worked on it. Mine's sitting right there behind your coffee cup.
I know.
Right there behind your coffee cup.
I know. I didn't work on mine either.
The winter gear cal is going on right now. Want to use the hashtag NKP winter gear, GEAR, and then KAL for any of your entries. Entries are winter gear stuff. It seems obvious, but you know, maybe you don't know balaclava is winter gear. Totally winter gear. The idea is to sort of get all set up and ready with mittens for Christmas gifts, hats for yourself, toques if you happen to live in a place where you prefer to say toque instead of hat, balaclavas, cowls, scarves, what is it, headbands, cowls. Did I say cowls? Probably said cowls.
I don't know.
Fingerless mittens. Guys, anything you put on your hand, your head, your neck, and it's something you would wear with a coat.
Yeah.
The only other rules for winter gear cal is that it must be color work-ish.
It's just more advanced than horizontal stripes.
It's got to look like color work. Intarsia, double knitting, mosaic, obviously colored, started color work. That all counts. So long as it looks like it is color work, you're good to go. If you've got any questions or you're not entirely sure, or there's something that you're thinking counts, but it's not an item I've listed, that's just something I'm not aware of it, message me on Instagram, get a hold of me on the Northern Knits. You can email me, so northernknitspodcast@gmail.com. I do say me, I'm the one who does the replying.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
That's how that works. And I'm the one who does things like I look and we get security updates and I go, why? Oh, right, Diana's in the province and she logged in and it's a new IP address. Don't need that info anymore.
Yep.
So that's how that works. So that's going to run till the end of November. So you guys certainly have time to jump in and join with us. And in theory, Diane and I have both finished at least a pair of mittens in 3 months.
We'll see.
I'm hopeful, guys. It's month 2. It's October now.
Yep.
Cool. We're doing so good.
I finished the cat toy. I did it. I finished the cat toy.
Boogers.
Cat, where are you?
I don't know. She's probably napping somewhere.
Oh, she totally is. Okay.
She's 4.
She's right there.
Yeah, she's up napping. It's the middle of the day. It's nap time.
No, I won't throw a toy at her just yet then.
Mm-hmm. Wait for a bit, then throw a toy at her. So that's the big stuff that we've got that's going on in Wool Gathering. What else do we have going on? Not a bunch. The next Patreon knit in, if you want to join for us, the higher tier to have access to the Patreon knit in is $5 or more a month. At the $1 one, you get the Discord, you get the bonus content, you get the bi-weekly experimental Tuesdays. Like you get a lot of stuff, but $5 up for the live Zoom calls.
Yep.
And that'll be the 22nd this month?
23rd.
23rd?
Yep.
Okay.
I will be home by then, so we'll be back to the normal setup.
Back to the normal setup. So that's going on. And then I don't have anything else live going on until November.
Yeah, our next live episode on
First Sunday in November.
Yeah, first Sunday in November, whatever date that is. I feel like it's like the 7th or something.
Yeah, I think it's the 7th because on the 4th is the first Thursday, and me and Louise are meeting up again for our next check-in. So, whoa, so much going on, as always.
Heading into November already.
Dude, we have packages that should have probably been in the mail this week. We're
that's
both
not happening.
paying express shipping, aren't we?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, cool.
That's not happening.
Cool. Okay. All of that is done. And well, that's another thing Patreon members get. We do yearly advents with them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we could talk about that. Hey, yeah, we do like yearly advent calendars with our Patreon members.
Yeah. Everybody who wants to participate signs up in a thread, and then start of July, I pull names and pair people off.
So I've been theoretically working on an advent calendar since July.
I have actually been working on an advent calendar since July. not theoretically working on it. I've actually been
our shopping day needs to include lots of little gifty things.
To the forks we go.
To the forks we go.
Okay, duly noted. All right, in which case, if we're up to there and we're done our wool gathering, we have to talk about books. So I'm going to go with you probably haven't been reading.
Actually, surprising amount. I've been reading a surprising amount.
All right.
Which is still not a lot, but I have like mildly different stuff to talk about.
Well, you go first, and then I'll do my laundry list.
Okay.
Guys, I'm reading that Gaslight Mystery series like it's air.
Oh, okay. So I have a lot of driving today, and I have my dad's car, which has Bluetooth hookup for my phone. So on the way out, I was listening to Pride and Prejudice and Zombies.
Ugh.
It's not good. It's funny. It's so funny.
So bad.
It's you can feel where like the zombiness has been a little bit shoehorned in, but you know what? It's just so silly that I don't care. I'm having fun. I'm probably going to finish it when I drive. By the time I'm done driving around today, like by the time I'm out of the lake, I'm going to be done this book. I have like 3 hours left.
Thank heavens.
So you hear about it one more time.
Ugh.
But it's just Pride and Prejudice, but also there's zombies.
Yeah.
It's fun. I'm enjoying it. The book club book for the month, for the sci-fi fantasy book club that I'm in, is, apparently I'm gesturing with my hair now, Snow Crash by Neil Stevenson.
Okay.
So I managed to scoot out and pick that up when we finished the live last week.
Yeah, I was wondering if you were going to make it in time or not.
Wasn't sure. Almost didn't, but I did. So I got the book.
Okay.
So I've actually been reading that a surprising amount. Like I'm actually on track to finish it on time, which is weird. I'm really enjoying that one. I was worried that I was going to dislike it in the way that I disliked Neuromancer. Like it was a classic, or like it is a classic, but like it was the first one and that was establishing all the tropes.
It just depends on how the tropes were done. Does that make sense? Like a well-done trope is enjoyable as much now as it was when it started.
And I think the difference is that Neuromancer is meant to be a serious book. And Snow Crash is written more as dark humor.
Oh yeah, and that would be far more enjoyable to read.
Like it is dark and sarcastic and
far more.
So I'm enjoying Snow Crash way more than Neuromancer.
Well, you've got Rat Queens in November, don't you?
I have December.
December?
It's the December book because assuming everybody's busy, let's have a nice light graphic novel to read.
Oh, yeah, that series is amazing. You need to read that series.
I don't remember what next month is.
Okay, that's fine. All I know is we were at the bookstore and you're looking for Rat Queens. I was like, oh, I love that series.
That's what everybody says, and it's been on my list for so long, and I don't even remember why it's been on my list for so long.
Probably because me and T always mentioned it too, because both of us have read it and really enjoyed the series.
Quite possibly, and I'm sure I've probably heard it recommended on a YouTube channel somewhere at some point. Like it's been on the list for a long time. Probably. So I'm really excited about that. So that's what I'm reading.
I have been continuing my Plow Through the Gaslight Mystery series by Victoria Thompson. Chain reading them up like I'm a pack-a-day smoker habit. Like I get up in the morning, I start a new book. And I'm done at the end of the day.
Oh man.
Like it is every day I've got at least 1 or 2 books accomplished depending on the size of the book.
Oof.
And how long my day is.
I need some more tea for this.
I need more tea for this. I'm the one who's talking about the books.
I gotta settle in here.
So we're continuing.
More tea?
Yes, please. With Sarah and Frank as they continue on their adventures in turn of the century New York. Frank is a sergeant detective in the New York City Police Department, and Sarah is a widowed midwife. So I don't know how they first meet because books 1, 2, 3, and 4 were not available, but book 5 was, so I started there.
Sure.
That was a week before. So this week I had to finish Murder on Lexington Avenue, which I think I was almost done when we recorded on Saturday. Guys, these are like 330-page books, 340-page books. Like they're not big books. And if you know me, I can read a 600+ page book plus like a 300-page book in a week. So like I can read a lot, and by read I mean listen to. So finished Murder on Lexington Avenue, which was just, you have to read the series. It's so cute because it does murder mystery, but the author has done a good job of not doing, this is the brand new spanking CSI style. It's all just hardcore turn of the century detective work.
Mm-hmm.
And remembering you got to pay bribes to the cops, and people won't solve anything without, you know, endorsements and society rules. So like it definitely plays more into that aspect, but they're not like fingerprinting's the brand new thing. Like it's no Murdoch mysteries.
Okay.
But it is nice, lighthearted whodunit mystery. And they're very, when they're describing the murder scene, they don't ever go into detail because it's told from the perspective of early 20th century coppers, right? It's like done bashed his head in with a brick, like, and that's all the detail you get.
That's good. That's the right amount of detail.
That's the right amount of detail. When they're describing, you know, somebody being poisoned with arsenic and being sick, they're like, they were sick. Like it was not pretty, and that smell was oof, man, smell. And they don't describe it after that. Because honestly, we've all been that sick. We do not require assistance. We're good. We know exactly what you're talking about here. Totally a thing. You know, they describe it with the heaviness of a doctor bag, or, you know, doing this and going places and walking up the stairs in a tenement building. Like, they give you enough description to build the world, but they don't bury you in it. That's a hard balance, guys. Though, for the love of God, if authors could stop using the word instantly.
Not everything happens instantly?
Nothing happens instantly.
Very few things.
Okay, and on what scale do humans perceive instantly?
I was thinking instant relative to like human perception.
It doesn't even matter if it happened immediately. Now use the word immediately with haste, as soon as it was noticed, you know, like stop, drop, and roll. Like there's still that moment between when you open the door and you realize who's there and you slam the door in their face. There's still that half a second, microsecond. Okay. So you didn't open the door and then instantly slam it in their face. You opened the door and you immediately shut it on them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because your brain goes, but that didn't happen instantly. You didn't put on your shoes, walk out your front door, you know, see somebody you didn't like, and you instantly had a face of disgust. You had that second where you recognized the human you were looking at was somebody you didn't enjoy. And then you can write like, and I saw the moment they saw me because they immediately reacted. Not instantly reacted, immediately. It's the wrong word. Stop using instantly. There are very few cases where you use the word instantly.
Okay. Okay.
And it's not to describe, he was instantly there to rescue her before she fell over. He was quickly there to rescue her before her head hit the floor. That makes way more sense.
Okay.
Wait,
I can go with that.
You go with that?
I can go with that.
The hatred of the word instantly is growing. It's spread out to other authors. It's the one word that pulls me out of the book. Because my brain's like, but it didn't actually happen that fast.
What if it's a computer doing something instantly?
That's fine.
Okay.
But how often do you read a computer doing something instantly?
Fairly often, actually.
I don't read enough sci-fi for that apparently. Because whenever I'm reading about computers and doing things in sci-fi, they're always breaking down and not functioning the way they're supposed to.
They're breaking down instantly.
No, they usually break down.
They break down a little slowly.
Now, explosions can happen instantly. That makes sense to me because you don't perceive that moment between the bomb exploding and you being shoved backwards. That could happen instantly. Okay. The perception of it is whether it's actually that fast or not. You perceive it that quickly.
Okay. Okay. I can go with that.
Diversions. Finished Murder on Lexington Avenue, which was really good. So, of course, then I started Murder on Sisters Row. This is where we get to meet the madams. We go to a brothel.
Oh.
Yeah. So that was published in 2011, and it wasn't even 300 pages. Then we did Murder on Fifth Avenue. Yeah, guys. I'm not
go
done.
Through every street in New York.
Murder in Chelsea. In Marion now. Good, good. Murder in Murray Hill. We still haven't topped 300 pages yet in these books, guys.
Wow.
Murder on Amsterdam Avenue. Oh, 304 pages.
Ooh.
Murder on St. Nicholas Avenue. And I'm about 3 hours away from finishing that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books this week.
Book a day.
A book a day.
Oh, I gotta read faster.
So, I'm at home doing stuff all day long. I just have the book playing in my ears while I'm doing stuff. So that's the thing. That one was published in 2015. Book 25 is not out to 2022. So I am currently on book 18. So I really only have another week's worth of reading. And then I have to wait to 2022 for the next book in the series. Have I signed up to the author's newsletter to be informed when the book comes out? You bet your keister I have.
Nice.
Because I don't want to have to be bothered to remember this information. We're an email list will give me that info right away. So I'm on that one because, yeah, at this point, Murder on St. Nicholas, we've had changes. This is like sci-fi fantasy book 5. So it's not the primary characters. They're off doing their own thing. This is the secondary characters solving their own murder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so cute. Sarah's parents, and, Malloy's patrol cop he always talks to, Gino Donatelli, one of the few Italian cops on the force, and, you know, and then their nursemaid for their daughter Catherine and son Brian. And they're solving a murder this time all by themselves. They can do it on their own. It's good.
I love when a series has been around long enough for that to happen.
I'm like, so excited because they've solved it and we're wrapping up the book. So we're getting to the point where, you know, Sarah and Frank are going to come back and they're going to be told what's going on and we get to find out what they were doing while they were out, right? So I'm very excited to finish that one. But yeah, still blowing through that series like it's what on rights, guys. Like I just cannot for the life of me stop reading it. So good. Just so delightful. So delightful. And perfect.
Yeah.
I'm so amused. And I know one of the books coming up I have to buy on Audible, so I have not spent my monthly credit on the Iron Druid series.
Okay, that's an endorsement.
That's an endorsement. Because boy, I want to finish that Iron Druid series. I quite enjoy that one too. So that's it. 7 books.
Okay, my 2 partial. I'll have a finished one next week probably.
I mean, the bonus is if I ever actually make it back to into a master's program, the book reading will absolutely dry up. Because everything I read will be about for my master's.
You can still tell us about it.
I probably will, but it won't be quite as exciting as murder mystery stories or naked 1,000+ Celtic warriors running around, rushing into battle against vampires.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be hardcore real history.
Yeah.
And it's going to be really boring for a lot of you guys. I'll like it. But I also want to be from the Uber Mountains, so you don't take me seriously. I'm sorry, wouldn't you want to belong to a people known as the Horde from who knows where?
I mean, yes. It sounds both terrifying and mythical and magical.
Yeah, that's pre-Huns. I mean, they become the Huns, but that's pre-Hun.
Nice.
All right. We have yet more tea in our cups. We are done chatting. We're going to wrap it up because lunch is in the fridge. I got to get Diana out to Neverville because she's got a party.
Yep.
And then she's off to the cabin for the weekend. And I got a Stephen West MCAL to start. So when she comes back into town, we got to talk to Erin too before we go.
Mm-hmm. I need your needles.
And I need some needles. So I'm going to say until next week, I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
No matter where your week takes you, don't forget to knit.
Only
works in person.
It's the first time we've been in sync in a year and a half.